Hi, everyone. Welcome to Angel's Divine Guidance. I'm Angel from Crystal Clear 101. Alrighty. So let's get some stuff out of the way because I seem to like to talk a lot, right, Dave? And you always got to cut me off at the end. So I'm going to just give you my webpage, which is crystalclear101.com. My email is cosmicearthangel@outlook.com. My Facebook page is Crystal Clear 101 Holistic Healing and Products. If anybody wants to get a hold of me later, they sure can. So I put a little blop out there on my Facebook asking what people wanted me to talk about. So one of the main thing that people all messaged me was talking about October and the thinning of the veil. Okay. As Halloween is approaching, the veil between the spirit world and our world is getting thinner and thinner, okay? Some people will be really affected by this, and others won't feel a thing, and that's okay, all right? The more sensitive people will really feel the energies getting stronger and stronger and stronger as we get closer and closer to Halloween, okay? This also, people will also notice this around the moon cycles, the lunar and solar events, that they're going to have more effects and feel more in tune with the spirit world, okay? As the seasons change as well, getting closer to Christmas, holidays, stuff like that, we're going to feel more connected. Nevertheless, it can be wild or confusing to the best of experienced people. So just stay calm with it. Okay. I'm just going to list some of the signs of the thinning of the veil. One is we don't get proper sleep. So we wake up often. We have a lot of dreaming and we're waking up exhausted. That's some of the signs. Okay. Your house feels like it's grand central station for spirits. So things start happening, things start moving, things are getting interrupted, things disappear, and then they reappear back where you thought you left them, but you couldn't find it at the time before. Our fur babies, especially our cats, okay? They'll be more sensitive. So they're going to be staring out. They're going to be searching rooms energetically. They're going to be sensing every little bump in the house. Okay. So just know if our fur babies are acting up a little bit, we have visitors. All right. The other thing that's most common with the thinning of the veil is we seem to get more sickly at this time of the year. So colds, flus, feeling run down, feeling like we need more sleep. That's all part of the journey, okay? Because we're not getting our proper sleep. We're dreaming, we're waking up exhausted. So we become more in tune to the energies, which in turn just open us up to a whole bunch of illnesses that a lot of us really don't want or we can't explain. This time of the year, it's very important to do self-care, all right? Our moods, we feel sadder around the times of the year where the veil is more thinner. So Halloween, there'll be people who will be joyous and happy and outgoing. There'll be other people who are going to be very depressed and very, like, they feel like their whole life is going down the toilet. This is all part of the thinning of the veil, okay? So it's nothing to really be scared about, but just sort of acknowledge it and own it and be okay with it. Yet there'll be moments where you don't feel like you're actually on Earth, that you're not planted here, that you're in another world or in somebody else's dream. Just know that that's just part of the thinning of the veil and being in contact with our spirits and our loved ones and our ancestors and our guides. Everything is just coming together. Some of us might be more attuned to animals, to our spirit animals, to animals in general. They might be drawn to us. Just knowing that our energies are heightened, so we have more subtle clues, okay? Now, for some people who think they're not a psychic, they might all of a sudden come to realization that they're the psychics of all psychics. They're getting downloaded, they're getting all this information, and it's sort of like, ooh, what's going on? That's all part of the thinning of the veil. Okay. The other thing is we're more up to being in contact with the other world. So we might have smells that aren't there. So you might smell a cherry cigarette, or you might smell freshly cut grass, or you might smell bread baking. Just know that that's spirits that are contacting us. Okay. So we're picking this all up. Okay. For myself, a big one is I can feel, I blame it on menopause, but it's not. Okay. I just like playing with people. You'll feel like you're on fire one moment and freezing the next. And you kind of like, huh? And you're asking everybody else, are you hot or are you cold? They're going, no, it's just right. Just know that we're really sensitive to the energy. So we're feeling everything that's coming in and out with the thinning of the veil. And there's many areas and things around it that plays into this thinning of the veil. All right. So I see we have our first caller, which is Cassie in Ringgold, Georgia, USA.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you today, Cassie?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. I'm really feeling good today. It's an awesome. Okay, so Cassie, when I was pulling cards, which for you, I got the heart awakening. Okay, so know that they're telling me that you're a person who does a lot of giving. Okay, so you're doing a lot for others, but when people want to return the favor, you're kind of like, no, 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 that's okay. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah. So this card is more telling me that you need to start balancing that. So you got to start figuring out the giving and the receiving, and it's okay for you to ask for help from other people and for them to give it. They're really Did somebody want to buy you coffee? They're bringing up a cup of coffee, like generally, and you said no to the free cup of coffee?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they want you to say yes the next time, okay? Like they're just like this. She said no to a free cup of coffee. Okay? So just know that it's okay to say yes. It's called paying it forward. I do it quite a bit when I'm at Tim Hortons. I'll pay for a cup of coffee and say, like, I'm paying it forward. Who's ever next in line that orders the cup of coffee, I paid for their coffee. Okay? It's just part of the giving and receiving part. All right? So, do you have anything particular that you wanted to ask me, or did you want just general?
I lost my father almost 4 years ago to terminal brain and lung cancer.
Okay.
Really, that's just what I wanted to ask about in general.
Okay, so let's see if we can tap into him here. Okay. Now I don't have to ask if he had trouble breathing because you said he died of lung cancer. Okay. Was your mom with him when he passed? He's making me feel like there was a female figure sitting in the room holding his hand when he went.
That would have been me. My mother was not there.
Okay. All right. So who was with him when he passed? Because he's making me feel like there was a female figure holding his hand.
Me.
That was you? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, all right. So the message he wants me to tell you is the conversation or whatever you said to him just before he passed, he did hear you and he did hear after that. Okay? So know that you gave him the comfort and he heard what you said, and he really is telling me that you need to hear the part that he heard you and he still hears you. Okay? You still talk to him and he hears everything that you're saying.
Right.
All right? Okay? Okay. It's got something else to say here. I just got to get a little clarity on it. Okay. Do you have a car?
I do.
Okay. Did you get a ticket with that car?
Did I get
He's making
what?
me feel like a ticket. He's making me feel like you got pulled over.
I did.
Yeah. Well, no, he was in the car with you. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, do you have a son? Or do you have a
I
brother?
do not.
Do you have
I
a brother?
don't have either.
Okay.
I had a
He's bringing.
reading. I had a 6-month reading done, and the lady told me that fertility was predicted in my reading.
Okay. Well, he's bringing. Okay. He's bringing forward a male figure. Okay. And it's a son. So that's what I was asking. Did you have a son or brother, which would be his son? So the fact that you don't have a brother and you don't have a son, he's bringing forward that he is going to be bringing you a baby boy. Okay? So know that that is coming. Now, you have a guy right now in your life, a boyfriend?
Him and I actually separated a month ago. So we're still talking. We're working through things.
Well, I think that you are going to patch things up because he's telling me he likes this one. Okay? Now, I'm just gonna roll with what he's coming through because he's really starting to pick up pace here. Now, it's a compromise. He's telling me to tell you it's a compromise. It's a two-way street. Okay? So with him telling me that's telling me that the difficulty you guys are having right now is communication. So you guys need to get on the same page when communicating, and you need to take the time to listen to each other. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So relationships just don't miraculously happen. And my grandma always told me that if you're looking for the right man or the right woman, the perfect partner, they don't exist. Okay? They exist in our head, but they don't exist out there. Okay? It's whether we can live with the bad habits for the rest of our life. That's the key, she told me. And communication. And your dad is basically bringing up the communication part for you. Okay? So keep that communication going for the two of you and be brutally honest. Okay? So you got to put, he's telling me that you're kind of guarded, so you've got to put your heart out there. Now, he's making me did you have a bad relationship where trust became an issue for men?
Yeah.
Okay. How do I politely put this to you? Okay, I'm just going to be as blunt as he's being blunt. Okay, not all men are the same way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, because he's basically showing me that you're lumping them all into the same basket, and not all men are untrustworthy. Okay? So, yeah, you're going to kind of have to step out of your comfort zone and let that guard down to be able to get the true self, okay? He's making me feel that both you and ex or partner, however you want to call him, are both very sensitive to energy. So you guys are feeding off of each other's energy and each other's insecurities.
Right.
Okay? So you have to remember that if you're going in guarded or going in with an untrusting feeling, he's picking that up. Okay?
Right.
All right. Now, I'm not saying he's all peaches and cream. Okay? Now, why I said peaches and cream, I don't have a clue, but that just popped in and came right on out. So hopefully it makes sense to you.
Right.
But we're all human and we all make mistakes. Okay? So he's been burnt in a past relationship as well. Okay? So you guys are going to have to figure this puzzle out.
Right.
I hope that's what you were kind of wanting to hear.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other questions for me?
I don't believe so.
Pardon me?
I don't.
You don't? Okay. So if you don't have any more questions for me, then I will move on to my next caller. Okay. Hi, Karina.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing okay.
All right. So the card that I pulled just before the show for you is Sacred Vision. Okay. Now,
Okay.
this one is telling me that you're a person that sees people for who they are. Okay. So you see them at face value. You don't judge them, or you don't put boundaries on them. You see them in the loving way that they actually are. So you will always see the good in someone before other people see it. Does that make sense to you?
Yep.
No?
You're correct.
Okay. All right. So do you have any questions for me, or did you want me to just go in general?
The path I want to be going on with my husband and I aren't. He wants a divorce, and we're planning on getting to Montana. I just want to know how that's going to work out. I don't
So
want
he wants, you don't want the divorce, but he does. All right. So let's get into here. Okay, well, I'm getting there's kind of a miscommunication here, but you guys are definitely not on the same path, okay? So he's totally wanting to go in a different direction than you are wanting to go in. Oh, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I think you need to give him his space, my girl.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I'm gifted myself, so I started kind of seeing that, but I needed someone else's guidance on that too.
Yeah, like he's definitely in a different direction, and you need to give him his space. No matter what you're going to say or do, I mean, you could probably postpone it another 6 months, but eventually you guys are still going to go in different directions, if that makes sense.
So we're going to get divorced.
Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you that, but I think that might be your best option. It doesn't mean that further down the line, you guys aren't going to become friends, okay? Because I can truly see the friendship part of the two of you, but going forward as a couple, I get that it's a fork, like you're splitting. So, I mean, like I said, you can postpone it, you can put it off, but eventually it's going to come to the same ending. Because he's kind of made up his mind, and he comes comes to me off as a man that once his mind's made up, it's very hard to change.
Yep.
Okay.
You're right.
So,
am I
now
going to be
you said
single the rest of my life? That's what I feel like now.
No, 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 no. I was just going to say, are you planning on moving? Because
Yeah.
I see a move coming for you, okay? And it's going to be like a big move. It's not going to be staying where you are now. It's almost like you're going to be moving to a whole different city, a whole different area. And you're going to have
right now is in Montana.
okay. Let's see.
So that's like I don't plan on moving anywhere but just down the road right now, but the only place I was planning on going is in Montana.
Well, you're going to make the move, and that's where it's going to open up the door. And I see you're going to have a choice between 3 men. Okay? So there's going to be 3 interested men that are interested in what you are interested in. Okay? Does that make sense? Because right now your husband is not interested in the same things that you are. Okay?
Yeah.
And being the psychic person that you are, you're going to start developing more and more in the spiritual side and in the spiritual end of a business. Okay? So these men that are going to be coming into your life are going to be interested in the same
one of them came in my life already? Because I kind of sense it. Okay.
No, you have not crossed paths with this guy yet. Okay? This is going to be after you move. You guys are going to cross paths. And it's going to be on your spiritual journey through the spiritual businesses. Okay?
Okay.
Don't second guess yourself. You are very, very talented in the psychic development end. Okay? So the information you're getting is correct. You just need to start trusting yourself on it. Okay? And one way of doing that is you've got to start, and I'm not saying hang your shingle out. You need to start doing readings for perfect strangers. Okay? They're the best ones to do readings for because you know nothing about them. So when you're relaying the information, you're going to get the feedback on how correct you are. And that's going to give you the confidence that you're looking for. Okay? Because right now you're saying,
kind of talk to a spirit person, to someone, and it kind of freaked her out this last weekend. So
was she open to receiving the messages?
Yeah.
Okay. So her being freaked out is the fact of how dead on you were?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So know that you are very connected. You just need to build your own trust and your own self-confidence in this area. So start researching psychic development. So there's many people that you can be following. Like there's John Holland, there's James Van Prague, there's Sandy Anastasia, there's John Edwards. I mean, there's lots of people you could start following and maybe looking into some of their development classes. Okay? Just so you can start putting your puzzle together. But no, you don't have to just take classes from one of them. You can take classes from all of them. Take what works for you out of each class, development class that you take, and then put your puzzle together that's going to make you and how you work best for you. Because we can give you everything you need to know on the basics of the psychic development. We can teach you the protection part. We can teach you the gridding of your space part. We can help you in connecting with your spirits. We can help you with getting out of the left side of your brain and into the right side of your brain. But in the end, you need to find what works for you to go forward in the working area. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's just more, how can you, or who would you feel comfortable with in flowing through it? Okay. So know that when you're doing this, this is where you're going to start meeting the men who are in the same interest as you are. Okay. If that makes sense for you. All right.
Yeah, it does actually.
Do you have any questions? We got about a minute left. 90 seconds, sorry.
My kids. My daughter.
Your kids?
Yeah, my
Everything's
daughter.
going to be fine. She's very gifted as well. So as you develop your own gifts, you'll be able to help and guide her. Okay?
I thought
so. When she's talking to people that aren't in the room, just don't think she's crazy. She's actually talking to spirit. So don't knock her down for it. Don't tell her to shut it off. Just sort of keep it as calm. Okay?
Okay. Do I talk to my past relatives, like my grandfather or anybody?
Yes, you do.
Okay. I was just double checking.
Okay.
Right. Thank you.
You have a good evening, all right? So our card for everybody you're welcome. The card for everybody for the day that's watching is open communications. So know that we all have to be open and willing to hear what's being said, not only trying to say what we need to say, all right? So, I mean, everybody, I want to hear from you, and I want to know what you want me to talk about. What are you interested in learning on the show? I mean, message me. And you can message me at 1-306-261-4086. You can message me through Facebook. You can message me through my website. Just check me on out. Follow me and see what's going on, and give me some ideas on what you guys want to hear and see on the show. All right? Okay, so next week I'll go a little more into the thinning of the veil. There's so much more that we could go into that's going to cover areas, places, times for when you can do your best connection.